You are listening to the Winners Ways podcast with Bola Halabi, episode number 68.
Would you like to win and achieve success at what you do? Welcome to the Winners Ways podcast, where we create winners every day. And now, your host, the author of Winners Ways book and life coach, Bola Halabi.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Winners Ways podcast, where we talk about your career, your money, and we give you life motivation so that you can achieve success. With the recent event of coronavirus spreading all over the globe, I feel it is important to talk about the need and how to save for emergencies. I'm sure you know this already. Markets all over the world has fallen. Companies are shutting down, and some of them are laying off their workers. Countries are on lockdown. Extreme screening is being seen at nations' airports. The Fed, that's the central banks in most countries, they are cutting interest rates. State governors are implementing some form of restrictions. Maybe it's shelter in place or lockdown or curfew. But despite all these efforts, the virus is still spreading, with over 600,000 people infected worldwide. The COVID-19 pandemic has therefore created a global emergency because, as you know already, the people that lost their jobs as a result of the virus, they will need the emergency fund to tap into so that they can take care of their immediate needs. For example, many airlines, they grounded their operations. Schools have closed down, restaurants and bars were closed. Many hotels have seen a drastic reduction in the number of guests, and as such, they let go of their staffs. So these staffs, they need emergency fund to take care of their personal needs. So COVID-19 has created a perfect storm for what can be an emergency for many families all around the world. And so today, I want to share useful tips that can help you quickly save $1,000, maybe within 2 to 3 months. This will not be applicable for the situation that we are confronting today, but for the future, you'll be able to put yourself and family in a position that one emergency will not necessarily ruin your life. So the topic for today is how to save $1,000, maybe 2 to 3 months. Many people may ask, why do I need emergency fund? And I'll tell you this by explaining what emergency is. Emergency occurs when you are confronted with an unplanned or unexpected situation that often require your immediate attention. Maybe your AC or heater at home went out, your car tire blew up, or maybe you lost your job. That will create an emergency. And of course, your personal needs will still go on. You still need to pay your rent. You still need to put food on your table. So you see, if you have an emergency fund, you'll be able to tap into it before you can get back on your feet. Ideally, you should have about 6 months of your income saved for emergency. But for most people, $1,000 will be a good starting point. So that's the reason why you need emergency. Anything can happen at any time. You don't want to go broke. You don't want your life to turn into chaos as a result of one emergency. So having the emergency fund will help you to quickly take care of those important stuffs. So how can you now save $1,000? The first thing is you need to reduce your bills. So what do you need to do? List all your bills: electricity, mobile phone, insurance, cable TV, internet. Average home in America spends between $500 to $750 on bills every month. So what do you need to do in order to reduce your bills? For electricity, you can call your current provider and negotiate if you are still under contract. If you are, say, paying like 11 cents per kilowatt, maybe you can negotiate something whereby you pay around 9 cents per kilowatt. And depending on how much energy you use per month, that can save you about $20 to $30 at the end of each month. If you are not under contract anymore, you can consider switching. So go to Google, search other provider in your location, and you'll be able to see competitive rates. So you should consider switching your electricity provider. For insurance, go to quotewizard.com or use any online tools to compare rates. There are a lot of different insurance tools around us today. So use these tools, compare your rates. If you are paying too much, it's time to switch. For cell phones, the three major providers, that's AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, they are the most expensive ones. And the truth is that the smaller companies, they have good coverage as well. So either negotiate with your current provider, see what discount, what offers they are willing to give you, or go ahead and switch. That's if you are not within any contract with these providers. So on average, people that switched, people that acted on this, they are able to save about $200 each month. So that's the first thing. You need to reduce your bills, and you can reduce your bills by negotiating with your current provider or switching to another provider. So that's number one. Number two, you need to take your lunch to work. Taking your lunch to work will help you to save money and also ensure that you are eating healthy meal. The cost of going out for lunch varies depending on the choice you are making. You may spend as low as $10 if you go to the fast food restaurant, or as high as $20 if you decide to go to a more decent restaurant. Just for the sake of being conservative, if you eat McDonald's burger every day for 5 days on a working week, you will spend about $50 each week, and it's $200 per month. But do you know you can prepare varieties of good meals at home and may cost you less than $50 for a whole week? So taking your lunch to work will help you to save about $150 to $250 each month, depending on the kind of food that you eat at work. So that's number two. You need to pack your lunch to work so that you can save money. Number three, you need to refinance your debt. So what do I expect you to do? You need to list all your debts with their interest rate. whether you have student loan, credit card, auto loan, mortgage, debt, list of all of your debts with their interest rates. Do you know that the coronavirus has also brought up an opportunity? An opportunity in the fact that the Fed has cut interest rates. So that means you can get lower interest rate by calling your banks. So if your rate is higher than 5% in any of your debt categories, you should therefore consider refinancing. Check out episode 23 of this podcast to learn how you can boost your credit score in case you have a low credit score. Because the higher your credit score, the lower the interest rate that you will get. Refinancing will end up saving you thousands that you would otherwise pay to your bank. So that's number 3. You should refinance your debt. And an average person that refinances their debt will end up saving about $200 each month. So by taking the 3 actions that I talked about, the first one, consider reducing your bills. The second one, pack your lunch to work. The third one, refinance your debt. You will see an average of about $500 saved each month. There are other ideas. You can make your own coffee instead of spending money to buy coffee from Starbucks. You can cancel your gym membership. You can cancel unused subscription. You can use price comparison when shopping. If you want to get more ideas that can help you to save even more money and live free of financial stress, then you should consider my book, Money Equation. I shared 15 ideas for reducing costs and how you can make money work for you. Or you can join my 10-day Money Finder Challenge to get more fun ideas about how to save more money. Here's the lesson that I have for you today. More money will not necessarily create more happiness. Giving out some of your money will give you some fulfillment and will surely make others happy. So learn to give out money. When it comes to the subject of money, many people still struggle around us. We can help our friends, our families, by educating them about how to manage their money. And that's what Winners Ways is all about. We all know that knowledge is good. Application of knowledge is powerful. And much more powerful is the ability to influence someone to make a change and become a better money manager. If you want to make an impact in someone's life, then go ahead and share this episode with them. Don't forget to rate and review this show. Till next time again, this is Bola Halabi. Please stay safe and keep winning.
This episode of Winners Ways podcast has come to a close. We hope you enjoy and learn something from today's show. We want you to win and excel in all areas of your life, and we regularly explore and share information with our listeners to empower them to win. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast for more tips and strategies to help you find the success that you've always dreamt of. And don't forget to rate and review so that we can continue to bring you more podcast episodes to empower you. We will love to have you again next week. Now, keep winning.